Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. It is December 14th. We're drawing ever so closer to Christmas. And since it is a Friday, we do want to acknowledge all our wonderful supporters of the Owatonna Today Show. And they are, beginning with our premier supporters, they include the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, along with Mayo Clinic Health System Owatonna, Owatonna Public Utilities, Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County, and the United Way of Steele County. Primary supporters are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Care Center, and Steele County Environmental Services. Our interlude supporters are Abraham Consulting Technologies, A+ Soenvac, Brenda Bednar Mortgage, Glenn Megger and Tim Thomas of the Brick Megger Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home, Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House and Clare Bridge of Owatonna, Carlson Branstad Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care Professionals. Also our interlude supporters include Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete, Napa Auto Service, Owatonna Business Incubator, Pizza Ranch of Owatonna, Profinium Financial, R&K Electric, along with Snap Fitness, Steele County Blades Junior Hockey, Steele County Historical Society, the Third Hand Incorporated Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. And those are our great supporters that make this show possible. We do thank you for tuning in today. We have a very interesting show. We're going to be talking with Dan Branstad of Carlson Branstad Incorporated, and we're going to be talking about something that's been very, very headlining news. It's a fiscal cliff. And I'm sure it's going to affect just about everybody, so we want to cover some of those important points. And then also we're going to be talking with Miss South Central, some very interesting things she has been involved with as well. And that's all coming up after the break.
I'm Dan Branstad of Carlson Branstad Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Hi, I'm Laura Ressler from the Steele County Historical Society, where we honor the past and look forward to the future. We're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
We are back with our guest today, Dan Branstad. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Now, we do want to get right to the point here. We have that fiscal cliff coming up that we hear so much about, and a lot of people have a lot of questions. What is it that you can explain to us that is some of the things that, well, some of the high points?
Well, first of all, I think that this is the toughest year that we've ever had to try to do any tax planning for any of our clients, because we just simply do not know what's going to happen. But there are quite a few items that if it doesn't pass or if Congress doesn't do something pretty quickly, it's going to affect everyone. I'll just go through some of the points here that will change. First of all, the employee's share of Social Security tax is going to increase 2%. From 4.2% to 6.2%. So anybody that has a wage that's getting a paycheck is going to feel that crunch right away. It certainly is. Also, another big item is capital gains. The capital gains rates increases for most people from 15% to 20% if Congress doesn't act.
I have to ask because I said I am not very, I'm financially inept. What is capital gains? Okay,
capital gains would be if you had some stocks or bonds or something that you sold, and the gain that you would receive is classified as a capital gain. So those folks that do a lot of trading with their securities or with their investments would fall into that category.
Okay.
Okay. Other things that would affect if Congress doesn't do anything would be the return of the marriage penalty in the tax rates. Also, some of the other items would be an adoption credit is eliminated or strongly reduced. Alternative minimum tax is another big item. Congress needs to act to extend the alternative minimum tax exemption. If that doesn't happen, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be scratching their head, even wondering what alternative minimum tax is.
What does that mean, and who does that affect? What is that for?
In the past, alternative minimum tax really affected only upper-level taxpayers. And what
the
that
rich,
is,
in other words.
yes.
Let's just say it's the rich.
and right now there's an exemption amount that Congress has put in that expires and goes from goes down to zero. So nobody would get an exemption for that. And what that means is that a lot of people would now be required to pay an alternative minimum tax.
So that's if they make a certain a dollar amount, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of different
amount?
variables involved with that,
Okay.
depending on what your income level is, what your deductions are, and the like. It's kind of a difficult tax computation to make, and you don't know really how you're going to fall into it until you go through the computation itself.
Now, is it, if I've gotten the right idea from things I've been hearing, is that the more money a person may have or the richer they are, the less percentage of taxes they pay if you go up?
Not necessarily.
No?
It's just a very complex computation. I don't know if I could really spend the time that we would need to right now to do it. But the main thing is right now is that if that exemption goes away, if Congress doesn't pass the exemption amount again, a lot of people are going to fall into it. So what I would urge people right now to do is contact your congressman right now to tell them to get it fixed.
Get it fixed, yes, definitely.
Right. Okay, there are a few others here. Another big item is the child tax credit. Right now it's $1,000 per child, and that would be reduced to $500. There's also some qualifying expenditures for child care credit that would decrease from a maximum of $6,000 per family to $4,800 per family.
And that has got to be a big one because so many people rely on childcare, and childcare is not cheap. It is very expensive.
It's unbelievable when we see some of the expenses that come back showing that child
It
credit.
makes me wonder why some people even work second income, because a lot of it does go for childcare, and this is going to make it even more difficult.
Yeah, that's for sure. Another big item is the educational credit. That's going to be vastly reduced from $2,000 per student to $1,500 per student. So that's going to affect a lot of people who have kids in college.
And the college, it's going up cost there as well, too.
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. There's also student loan interest deduction is going to be limited. There's going to be a provision that allows taxpayers to exclude from income debt charged on the principal residence, and there's a lot of other additional things that are more narrow in scope that would affect quite a few folks.
If you had to pick one or two, as let's say if it was up to you and everything else would stay, but two you could change, what would be the two biggest factors?
Well, first I would encourage my congressman to extend the alternative minimum tax exemption.
Okay.
And the other one is to extend the 2% share of the Social Security tax that employees would have to pay. In my opinion, that would be the largest impact. But certainly I'd like to see everything extended. And from really what we're seeing is we kind of got the feeling that it will be extended, but yet we're still in this flux position that we just don't know.
So how did all this get started? I mean, where did it, we hear the fiscal cliff now. How did all this come about?
Well, President Bush actually enacted during his administration a lot of these tax incentives at that point in time, and they've just been extended, and they had a limit in the bill at that time that it was going to go through the end of 2012, and after that it was going to be up to Congress to do what they can do or what they feel is more appropriate.
So just kind of procrastinated is what they did.
Well, exactly.
But they knew this had been coming.
That's what makes it so frustrating.
Yes, they knew this has been coming, and
Yeah.
it's right down to the wire like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so
Okay.
we just have to hold our breath, and like
Yeah.
you said, your congressman.
Right,
Tell 'em what it
exactly.
is.
exactly.
Very briefly, while we do have a couple of minutes left, what are some tips you can give us for this year?
Well, because a lot of people think that the tax rates are going up next year, some strategies think that if it's possible to accelerate your income into this year to take advantage of this year's tax rates instead of an unknown tax rate next year, that might be a strategy. Another strategy perhaps would be to accelerate your medical expenses if you're a person that can deduct your medical expenses.
By accelerating, you mean, if there's something you need, don't do it next year, do it this year?
Yeah, if you can pay your medical bills in 2012 instead of 2013, that may be a strategy. I kind of hesitate to blindly say that for everyone. You need to contact your tax preparer to see if that would be a good strategy for you to use.
But now this is the Christmas season. So people, probably do a lot of charging and that they pay next year as well. Is that a good idea?
Well, usually with a charge card, you're not really paying some of the expenses that you would be able to deduct, unless they're business expenses, of course. If there are business expenses that you're paying with your charge card, absolutely, you may want to consider doing that. A lot of people think that the capital gains, if there's a way for you to accelerate your capital gains into 2012 to take advantage of the so-called lower rate, that might be a good strategy as well. Equipment purchases, if nothing happens, some of the equipment that normally can be quickly depreciated may be going away too. So you may want to consider accelerating some of your equipment purchases as well. So those basically 4 things are kind of things that we're advising our clients to at least consider to see if they think that it would be something that they would take advantage of.
Well, good financial sense is what everyone needs to try to improve these days, that's for sure. So, well, Dan, thank you for joining us today and giving us these great tips and hopefully kind of clarifying some of this financial cliff mess that we're in.
I wish we could clarify it at this time.
To a certain degree. So, and then we look forward to talking to you next year with some more advice.
I look forward to it as well.
We do have this break, and then we'll be back with more.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, Ann Plaskonko here from Senior Place. Senior Place has new hours. Mondays and Fridays we're open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Participate in Zumba Gold, Bike Club, table tennis, computer classes, speakers, and much more. Don't forget the Senior Place Partnership Program with 39 businesses giving discounts and incentives with your Senior Place membership card. Membership is only $35 for the year, which comes to just $3 a month to be a member. Consider joining us today.
Effective Monday, October 15th, the clinic main entrance will be closed for construction. Please use our temporary entrance, the dialysis doors, and/or the hospital main entrance. We appreciate your patience during our construction, but at the end, we'll have a pleasant entrance that is larger, warmer, and safe for our patients. Again, starting Monday, October 15th, the clinic main entrance will be closed for construction. Thank you.
Do you know how to safely dispose of your expired or unused prescription and non-prescription medications? Not by flushing them down the toilet or putting them in the garbage. Doing so pollutes our rivers, streams, and drinking water supply. Take it to the box instead for safe, secure disposal. It's easy. Bring your unused medications in their original containers to the drop-off locations listed on the screen and drop them in the Take It to the Box drop box. Proper disposal of unwanted medications keeps them out of the hands of children and out of our environment. This is a message from the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
We are back, and our guest now is a very lovely young lady by the name of Tiffany Buszta. Tiffany?
Yes.
Yes, so glad to have you along. As you can see, she's got on this beautiful crown and banner. She is Miss South Central.
Yes.
And that is part of the Miss America pageant, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. It's a local title in the Miss America organization, and I represent Southern Minnesota as well as South Central Minnesota. So I've done appearances from Medford to Austin, Minnesota.
Well, that's a lot of them. So what made you decide to go out to the Miss America pageant?
Well, the biggest aspect of the Miss America organization is being a servant leader. And to me, that was the most important. For the past 7 years, I've spent my time volunteering and serving others, which was brought about from my dad's deployment to Iraq. And so I knew the Miss America organization was the right fit for me because of the talent aspect and the service aspect. I love to entertain people with my talent piano and then serve others through our platform.
Okay, yes, and last several years, Miss America does require you to have a platform.
Yes.
So what is the title, or what basically is your platform?
My platform is entitled Impact of Change, Promoting a Passion for Community Service, and I go around South Central and Southern Minnesota promoting community involvement and creating positive impact through volunteer work.
And you said that came about when your dad was deployed?
Yes, my father deployed to Iraq, and I was suffering emotionally, mentally, and I wasn't able to go to school. I was really having a difficult time, and so I looked at my mom, and she was volunteering her time with our local Lions Club, and I decided that's what I needed to do, is find something to turn my pain into a bigger purpose.
And you know, the thing is, we know that, you know, when fathers and husbands are gone, there's going to be an impact on the family, but do you think it's going to hit that deeply and emotionally, especially someone who's a little bit older, you know, young kids, but you were what, a teenager?
I was 16,
okay,
and my brother was around 13. And it's just the emotional aspect of that, knowing, you know, whether or not he was alive. When we didn't get to talk to him, it was only every few weeks, and it was so emotionally painful. I needed to do something to change my emotions, and by becoming a mentor in the Big Brothers Big Sisters school-based program, I now had a reason to turn my pain into a purpose, because I needed to mentor my little sister, Brandy.
So that's what led you to do more community involvement?
Yes.
And that. So now, as part of the platform, have you been doing activities and promoting that since you, first of all, when were you crowned?
I was crowned August 25th.
Okay.
So since August 25th, I've counted over 35 appearances, and my schedule is just filling up for the coming months. It's been a blessing. It's been a true blessing.
But you're a student, too, as well.
Yeah, well, actually, on Friday, I'm graduating from Bethel University. And the wonderful part about the Miss America organization is they offer over $45 million in scholarships for women across the world. And attending Bethel University, I can use all the scholarships that I receive.
Where do you find the time? I mean, when you're trying to be a student and then make these personal appearances and then promote your platform.
Well, that's one thing that you really have to focus on, is managing your time efficiently. My senior year, it was packed with projects and senior projects, as well as presentations. So I knew that in order for me to still make a positive impact, incorporating my title into everything I'm doing, I had to manage my time correctly. So I would schedule appearances on days that I didn't have school, appearances on days I knew that my workload was less. And throughout this time, it's been great. It's been a little overwhelming at some points, but
I can imagine. Yes.
It's been a blessing overall.
So what was your major?
Marketing with minor media communications.
Okay, so that kind of works out with what your platform is, too.
It absolutely does, and all the internships I've had have incorporated my platform. Big Brothers Big Sisters, Care 11, Around Town Media. I've been able to incorporate my volunteer work, my passion for service work and serving others into all of my internships, incorporating my degree.
And that's got to really help. You said that when you were at Care 11, you were in charge of the 11 Who Cares.
Yes, so my boss was incredible. She was the guiding force behind the 11 Who Care, and she was mentoring me on the event. So we dealt with the logistics of 11 Who Care. I contacted all the honorees, put together the invitations, put together the awards, went event day and set up, helped tear down, did the follow-up afterwards. It was the biggest learning experience I could have ever had.
And it kind of reinforces, too, your choice of platform, doesn't it?
It absolutely did, and that's actually where my Night to Honor volunteer recognition program was stemmed from.
And that's what we definitely want to focus on.
Yeah.
And this is something that you yourself have developed, isn't it?
Yes. I created this original event, and what this event does, it honors outstanding volunteers in southern Minnesota communities that are making a positive difference. My platform not only encompasses promoting a passion for service work, but honoring those that are involved in this service
You
work.
want to recognize that.
Yes.
People know the hard work is involved.
Friday, January 25th at 7 o'clock at Christ Community Church in Waseca, I'm hosting this Night to Honor volunteer recognition event. But not only are we honoring volunteers, we're honoring and showcasing outstanding talent within southern Minnesota communities.
Okay, good idea.
So it's going to be a great combination of talent and volunteers.
So do you have your selected honorees yet?
We're actually taking nominations right now.
Great.
And viewers can do so through my website, which will be showcased at the end of this segment.
Okay, so if they know of someone here in Owatonna that you know of who has made a difference in your life, or who's volunteered a lot that deserves the recognition.
I would absolutely love it. It's a community event that showcases the community. I want to get as many people involved. We have the capacity to fit 250, and I would love to fill it. And the great thing about this event is it's a Goodwill donation concert, so it is free, but any money raised from these Goodwill donations goes back to Children's Miracle Network and
so
helps
it's not
children in the community.
just the recognition, yes.
No, and at almost every appearance I've done, I've met a family or a child that is involved with Children's Miracle Network or a patient at Gillette Children's Hospital. So to know the funds are going to go back and help your own community members is even more important to me, as well as honoring these people.
Gillette is where the patients are paying nothing.
Yeah.
Or very little. It's very...
they go there for back injuries, different bone injuries.
Anything.
Correct.
Very little, yes. So they do need funds as well, so that's a great idea.
Children's Miracle Network, it's an incredible organization. And that's our national platform in the Miss Miracle organization.
The national one, okay. So yours goes along with that as well, too, the service in that and giving back.
Exactly. So my platform encompasses everything that I do as Miss South Central. The national platform, my platform, all my appearances with schools to businesses to state representatives.
So when you have that night, is there a certain number that you're going to recognize, or just however many you get mentioned?
We would love to do 5 volunteers to be honored as 6 talents. We're working on talents right now, people from the Owatonna area to Waseca, all throughout southern Minnesota. So yes, please nominate someone.
So you can go on their website if you have talents that you want to showcase as well.
Exactly, and do so on, there's a Honor and Outstanding Volunteer tab, and just fill out their contact information. I will call them as well as send them invitations to invite their friends and family.
Okay, now as Miss South Central, your next pageant is going to be the Miss Minnesota pageant?
Miss Minnesota pageant in June.
In June. What is it you need to prepare for that?
It's just doing appearances and showcasing your platform, really instilling the value of positive service. As Miss Minnesota, you are a representative of all people, and throughout your year you need to be an inspiration. People need to inspire you. Through my experience as Miss South Central and through my title, that's what I'm doing to best prepare for that, is continuing to do appearances, continuing to pull personal stories in from people that I meet, as well as sharing my personal stories.
Now, when you compete in Miss Minnesota, and your year is over, you are still continuing.
Absolutely.
It's not just during your reign.
Absolutely not. When we have platforms, it's something we want to carry out for our lifetime, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm currently looking for a job that encompasses community engagement, where I can always be involved in my platform, be involved in community involvement. It's strong communities that help bring success to our youth, to our adults.
What's your next event coming up after the one in January?
This coming Wednesday, December 19th, at the Owatonna Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay, yes, we have to mention that.
Yes, I'm hosting a CMN fundraiser. So all proceeds from food sales, 10% of the food sales are going to go back to Children's Miracle Network, as long as the people have a yellow ticket.
That's the catch, isn't
it?
Yes. So if you want to help Tiffany out, you do need to get that yellow ticket. And how can they find that yellow ticket?
On my website, which also, will, as I said, will be shown at the end of the segment, all you do is print out that ticket, bring it in, and show it to your waiter or waitress when you are checking out. And Buffalo Wild Wings will donate 10% of each person's bill that has a ticket, minus alcohol sales, back to Children's Miracle Network, helping children and families in this community.
And that's pretty easy to do.
It is. It's
Everyone
extremely
likes to
easy.
Go out to eat.
Delicious wings for a great cause.
Yes, and other food too at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, I usually get the chicken wraps. So it's various.
Well, Tiffany, we thank you for coming today.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
And we wish you great success in the Miss Minnesota. We're going to be watching
Thank
them.
you
When someone
so
you know,
much.
you want to watch and see how they do. And that pageant you said was in June.
Yes, we don't have a date yet because we did transition to new board members.
Okay.
So as soon as I know the date, I will email you and let you know. I'd love for you to attend.
We certainly will, and check back in with us. And
Thank
see
you
how you're
so
going,
much for allowing me to be here.
Miss South Central, Tiffany Buszta, has been our guest today. We're going to take this break. We'll come back. We have some announcements.
Hi, I'm Amy Martinez.
And I'm Adam Martinez, owners of Snap Fitness in Owatonna.
Snap Fitness is a fast, convenient, and affordable fitness center, and we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Here at the Owatonna Care Center, we strive to create an atmosphere of community and family. We have many family members who are highly involved in the care of their loved ones and the activities and events that are put on at the facility. There are many opportunities each month for families and residents to gather together for meals and various activities. We feel that it's important to make our residents feel like they are at home, whether they reside here long-term or they're here visiting for a short stay. We welcome community members to stop in at any time to be part of our community.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
In 2011, United Way funded programs provided services to over 10,000 Owatonna residents. For the second consecutive year, the vast majority needed help to meet their most basic needs: food, clothing, housing, and safety. United Way of Steele County is able to sustain a safety net of direct services, prepare our children for the future, and provide seniors with support to age in place due to the generosity of our community. Please make a donation to United Way again this year. Our neighbors are counting on us, and we are counting on you.
We are back, and we do have announcements to pass along with lots of things still going on around this holiday season. Of course, the Salvation Army always needs bell ringers for their Red Kettle Drive. If you are able to contribute 2 hours, that's all it is 2 hours, give them a call at area code 507-272-9295. That number again is 507-272-9295. And the Christmas bird count is taking place coming up tomorrow, and if you would like to be a part of that, it's their 41st annual Christmas bird count. It takes place, like I said, tomorrow on December 15th. There is no fee, and you can be one of the members that do it from your home. You can count birds at their home feeders if you'd like, and in the comfort of your own home. For more information, you can contact Darrell Hill. His number is 451-5073. Also, from through December 31st, the Steele County Humane Society is having their holiday feline special. You can adopt a cat or a kitten. They're 50% off. So it would be nice to have a furry little fellow in your stocking or for Christmas. Just give them a call as well at 507-451-4512. And would like to make a little special announcement. I enjoy doing the Owatonna Today Show, but I'm going to be going on a planned 4-month hiatus. So I won't be back until, the spring sometime about May. So I will miss everybody, but I'll try and keep in touch. So I would like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the spring.